Okay, so you've been lurking around online and you see all these mortgage calculators online. Well, how do they do that? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own constant payment mortgage amortization table in Excel. Hang tight. Okay, so in this video, what I'm going to do, just like I said earlier, I'm going to show you how, like I said in the intro, I'm going to show you how to build a constant payment mortgage amortization table step by step in Excel. Now, this video is actually part of a video I did last year, and it's a much larger video. So what I did do is I broke that thing up into smaller sections so it made it a little bit easier for you to watch. Now, if you want to watch the longer video, there's a link for it down in the description. And if you also just want to simply go to the part where you're comparing out cost of fees and stuff, that link is also in there as well. Now, I hope you like the video. If you do like the video, give us a thumbs up, please, and then hit the subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification so as more videos come out, you can get them. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to go over constant payment mortgages, and we're going to analyze those. Other types of mortgages that we'll go into in future episodes will be your constant amortization mortgages, your variable rate mortgages, which you'll most likely run into, and your graduated payment mortgages. We'll even go over your interest-only mortgages as well. In a final series, what we're going to do is tie that all together so you can graph those up and you can see how they influence the cash flows and the timing of cash flows. If you recall from earlier series, if you watched them, the primary concern of real estate finance is the magnitude of your cash flows, whether they're positive or negative, the timing of your cash flows, and of course, the likelihood that those cash flows will occur like you thought they wouldn't, otherwise known as risk. All right, so let's start building a spreadsheet here. All right, I've already done some work here for you. We're going to build a amortization table here, but I've already built a few of them so we can compare them, okay? So let's just get started here. If we take a look across the top over here, you see our terms of interest. Term is 20 years. The building value is $2 million. We're going to have a loan to value ratio of 80%. So therefore, our loan amount is $1.6 million. Our down payment has to be $400,000. And in this particular case, we have a 2% fee of whatever type it could be. Okay, it could be that you're paying down points or some type of fee for origination. Anyway, it's $32,000 in this particular case. All right, so let's build this spreadsheet. So the easiest way to do this is take a look. We get our monthly, our months, our beginning balance, interest payments, principals, ending balance. And in this particular case, we're creating two extra columns here to analyze our cash flows, both with the fee and without the fee. So let's just get started here. The best way to build this spreadsheet is to go ahead and let's take a look at our months. Now, this is going to be 240 months. So if we take here and we go bring this down, and we drag it all the way down to the bottom down here, and calculate it. Oops, you got to be careful to get ahead of us. And it's not very forgiving. Come on, get back up there. Go to 240. There we go. There we are. Click out of that for a sec. All right, let's go all the way up to the top here. And then we come down here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab that cash flow, pull it over. All right. And then on our interest column, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to go equals to V7, which is our beginning balance, times, we got to get our interest in here, which is going to be our interest rate. Now, one of the things you want to do is freeze this column, okay? So in this case, you're going to hit Shift F4. Whoops, excuse me. Let's do that backwards. Let's go F4 then. There we go. Some computers is Shift F4. Others, it can actually be Function 4. In this case, it's Function 4. All right. So now what's happening here is we're doing this monthly, so we do need to divide it by 12. So we're going to go ahead and divide this number by 12. And then we come over here. All right. So that's our interest payment. Now, our payment, there's actually a function in Excel called payment. And if you go here, you pull in payment. Now, one of the things it does is it gives you all the components you need there. So here's the rate. Okay. So we're going to go up here and grab this rate. Again, we're going to freeze it. because we don't want it changing on us. And it's by 12 months. And then we're going to come through and we're going to put our comma in there. And then what we need to do is have a term. So here's our term, and we want to freeze that. All right. And that's times 12. Okay. And then we're going to put a comma. Now these payments are going to start declining. So we have to come in here and do a negative. And then we're going to go to D2, which is our loan amount. We're going to freeze it. And then we're going to close the parentheses and hit enter. All right. So that's our payment. Now our principal is literally going to be our payment minus our interest, right? So there it is. And then what we're going to do is our adjusted balance now is that minus our principal. And we hit enter. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to drag and drop. So we're going to copy this all the way down. And some computers, you can actually double click it. And it did this case. Magically, it came all the way down. I would not trust that. If I were you, I'd come down here and check it. So don't ever trust that. I've seen it go way far. In this case, it did it. Now, you know you're right because it has a zero balance here at the bottom. You've paid off this mortgage. All right, so some of the key takeaways you should have out of this video. First of all, this was just simply a constant payment mortgage. We didn't go into anything like adjustable rate mortgages, ARMs, or graduated payment mortgages, some of the exotic ones like that, or interest-only payments. And again, that constant payment mortgage could be used for either residential or commercial. They're the same with that respect. The other stuff, like I just said, the graduated payment mortgage and the interest-only mortgage and the constant amortization mortgages, those are typically found more in commercial notes or commercial mortgages. And we're going to go into some more of that in other later videos. We try to keep this as very simple as possible. There's all kinds of fees that we normally explore in these types of videos, but we're not going to do that in this case. We're going to do that in some future stuff as well. Now, some of the other key pieces that you should have, because everybody gets approached, well, simply you can lower your payment by paying more of origination fees and more points. That's what I was trying to get at, was these points. Well, points really help you out, and you should have taken away as a key piece if you're going to stay in the property for a certain length of time, longer, sometimes 6-7 years. So in other words, the easiest way to go look at that is to look at the cost of that point, all right, and then go down and see into the equity section and see when do you make that up. It might surprise you. So it may not be such a great idea to take out points is what I'm getting at. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video again. And on the end screen, I'm going to put a couple of videos up there that I think you should go watch, okay? All right, thank you.